know, our brain, I feel like our mind is like a memory card. When it's too full, nothing else can go in. So sometimes you have to declutter it. Sometimes you have to delete some stuff that's not really like important, if that makes sense. So, or you buy more memory card. I don't know how you're gonna achieve that, but I feel like that's how our mind is. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nadia Naomi. If it's the first time seeing my face, welcome to my channel. And if it's not, what's up, how you doing? On this channel we talk about mental health awareness, we talk about tips and advice. As a student nurse studying mental health nursing, I'm in my second year, and my basic lifestyle, you know, we do vlogs and stuff like that. Please do not make this be your last time to see my face or listening to me by hitting the like button, comment and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell to get notified anytime I upload a new video. Today we are going to be talking about 5 mental health to-do lists. So I know the way I titled it was to make it like sound a bit more juicy, but yeah, we're gonna talk about 5 mental health to-do list. Sometimes you feel like your mental health is declining. Sometimes you feel like burnt out from like work or school or job or like from your everyday activity, or sometimes it's like you're feeling like not motivated as you used to before. I'm going to share with you 5 mental health habits, or you know, that you can add to your to-do list. I will call them habits, like healthy habits, you know, for your mind to improve your mental health and well-being. So it's very essential, like, and important to actually give time to give attention to our mental health, because like your body gives you signs, but then when we overlook it, sometimes it might take our mental health might take a big hit from that, in the sense that sometimes it might be like, oh, it will pass or something like that. But we should give time and attention to our mental health and eventually make all these habits a part of us, you know, or like a daily thing. Make it a part of you, like it just comes naturally to you. So we are gonna go into this. So the first one is make yourself a priority. This is like when some people are often seen as being selfless, if that makes sense, and the opposite is being selfish, obviously. But sometimes you have to be selfish. When you want to do something, you have to think about yourself first, because sometimes, like at work, you're always busy, you're always at work, you're always doing overtime, you're always like the last person to leave work, you know, you're always overworking yourself, and you happen to not like take a break from what you're doing. So that's not you seeing yourself as the first priority, because first of all, we know our body give us signs to say, right, you need to take a break. Sometimes, you know, when you need to go toilet, it's a sign. Sometimes when you start yawning, it's a sign. Sometimes when whatever you're doing is just not working, it's like you keep trying and it's like it's not working, it's a sign to say, okay, you need to take a break. So you need to make yourself first, like the first priority. So make yourself a first priority in the sense that even if it's something that you want to do for yourself, make yourself first priority by, you know, have you had enough sleep? Do you drink enough water? Do you eat enough? You know, are you physically active? Sometimes when you're sitting for too long, sometimes it's not healthy for your physical health, and you know, physical health can then affect your mental health. So hence we need to give our mental health time and attention the way we do for our physical health, the way we rush to the hospital when we see a spot or some kind of lump or some kind of like something relating to our physical health. Less rush like that for our mental health, if that makes sense. You need to, you know, not neglect self-care. Self-care is very important for your body, it's very important for yourself. Self-care doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm going to the spa, oh, I'm doing my nails, I'm doing my hair. Well, I like doing that, that's my own thing, but you need to like stop neglecting it. Sometimes you're like, oh, until I finish doing this, I will not eat. I used to do that, and I found that it was really like detrimental to my mental health. It's not a good habit. My first day in uni, I would say if I don't finish this part of the assignments, I won't eat, and I won't do that, and then obviously affected my physical health, but I'm okay now. So yeah, so you need to think of yourself first regarding anything that you need to do, even if it's something that you are going to do for yourself. You need to be, you know, think about yourself first. How is it going to affect you? How are you going to benefit from it as well? Because sometimes like you do stuff and it's like, what was the point? So yeah, the next point is practice positive thinking. Now this one is a big thing, because the way you think about yourself, the way you see yourself affects you physically. It affects what you affects your work, it affects your job, it affects like any project or goal you're aiming for. So you need to be mindful about your thoughts. It's when you're having like negative thoughts about yourself, like let's say you're doing something, it's just not working, maybe because you didn't take a break when you needed to, and you're like, oh, I'm a failure, like it's not working out. Those stuff you're saying to yourself, when something bad happens, it kind of like confirms the notion of what you thought to yourself. It's kind of like confirming that, yeah, you're worthless, whereas it's not the case. So a good way to practice positive thinking is by, whenever you get some negative thoughts, or like even when people say stuff to you, just counter it with something positive. If someone says, oh, or if you're thinking within yourself like, so useless, so worthless, just think to yourself, it's only a minor setback, this is what I've done wrong, so I'm gonna do this to make it right. I've seen what I've done wrong, maybe I need to take a break, that's all. It's not a big deal. So counter it with like positive thinking. And also, like, instead of allowing those thoughts come to you, like in terms of like countering, you could also practice saying things that kind of promote self-worth to yourself in a way, like daily affirmation stuff like that. You could practice saying that to yourself every morning when you look in the mirror, or whenever you feel like, okay, like those thoughts are starting to come, just let go of what you're doing and say positive things to yourself. So yeah, even if someone is saying something negative to you, just let them know, I'm not that, I'm this. Sometimes people label you with some certain stuff which is not the case, and then when you start experiencing some things in life, it's like a confirmation, in the sense that when we feel ourselves and see our life in a negative way, we start to experience some things that now confirms the notion of our thoughts. So practice positive thinking, counter it with something good, counter it with a good, like promote yourself with a feeling of self-worth, if that makes sense. So the next one is express your feelings. This one I've said it in one of my videos when I talked about journaling, so which I said in one of my videos, creating creative way to improve your mental health. So journaling is a very, very, very essential thing to do. Like, it's a very important thing to do regarding your mental health, because sometimes when you write your thoughts out, it kind of like clears your mind in a way. It's when it's like so cloudy, when it's cloudy and the sun comes out and the cloud, I don't know, maybe they melt or it rains or something, or they just clear out, the sky looks so nice, looks pretty. So the same way, if you write out your thoughts, if something is stressing you out, write it out. In you saying it, the fact that you've written it out, you would actually see that, okay, maybe this is what I should do first. You start like putting things like step by step, instead of just having them in your thoughts. They just keep circling in your head. And again, having too much in your head doesn't give space for new or creative ideas. Maybe if you're regarding your job, if you're looking for ideas for a project or something, if you have so much in your mind, so much in your head, and you haven't like let it all out, maybe by journaling, you might not be able to have no creative or thinking at all. Like nothing new would come to you in that sense, if that makes sense. So the fact that you're journaling as well is a way of like decluttering your mind from maybe, should I call it mess, if I should say, from like some kind of like unnecessary demands as well, in your daily life, that's just in your head. For example, I need to follow my friend to IKEA, and this one, that one. If it's in your head, I'm sorry, you will not have enough, our brain, I feel like our mind is like a memory card. When it's too full, nothing else can go in. So sometimes you have to declutter it. Sometimes you have to delete some stuff that's not really like important, if that makes sense. So, or you buy more memory card. I don't know how you're gonna achieve that, but I feel like that's how our mind is. You decluttering your mind, you'll be able to have, like, you gain more insights. Your mind will be clearer. You'll be able to make decisions much better, clearly. It prepares your mind for more important thinking. So please, the next one is create healthy boundaries in place. So this one, it's a good habit to have. It's a very, very good habit, which is something that I started practicing. So in a nutshell, like in a simple English, people would say you need to learn to say no. You don't have to say yes to everything. You don't have to make yourself available to every single call, because this will amounts to like a whole load of unneeded stress in your life. And I don't think you want that, because at the end of the day, you're kind of like, you will be treated like a doormat, you know, when people just step on and just walk away, step on, walk away, step on, walk away, dust their fear, their muddy fear or whatever, and walk away. So you don't want to be like that. So to be honest, you need to know that the way you allow, let's focus on the word allow, the way you allow people to treat you is kind of like, if you don't like set boundaries and you allow people just say anything to you, call you whenever they want to, and you make yourself available, it's like you're telling them, yeah, that's how I really want to be treated, whereas it's not the case. Because sometimes you might not be able to say no, but there's some cases where you have to be selfish. Like I said, you have to be selfish in a way that you cannot always make yourself available for other people. You need to think about yourself first. Now we're going back to making yourself the first priority. You know, you have to think about yourself first. I'm sorry, like my mom always say this, like when you get a job and you get paid, the first person you think about is yourself, because you're already making budget for that money already. Like, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. It's the same thing about yourself. You know, when someone is saying, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, you need to tell them no, because I need to do this for myself. Or, you know, you don't have to say yes. Sometimes you don't even have the time or strength, but you kind of like trying to push yourself, you push yourself beyond limits to actually help someone out, but then they don't return the favor. I feel like that's toxic. It's really toxic for people that treat you like that. And you need to know that you cannot keep pouring out of an empty cup, because eventually at one point there will be nothing to pour out. And then when that happens, do you know what people do? They will throw you to one side like useless, which you don't want. So you need to create healthy boundaries in place for yourself. You know, people need to learn to know, okay, she doesn't like people calling her around this time. You know, if it's not relevant, if it's not important, people will not call you. If they know, if you set those boundaries, they will not just call you anyhow. They will not just ask you for things anyhow. They wouldn't use you like a doormat, basically. The next point is get enough sleep. This one we all know, sleep enough, drink enough, eat enough, eat healthy. Don't just eat. I would say eat healthy. You know, everyone knows what healthy eating is. Good diet, you know, just enough amount, you know, healthy something. And sleep enough, because I cannot stress this enough. If you don't sleep enough, it's gonna affect your whole performance. Like, our body's programmed to 8 hours of sleep. Yeah, some of us, personally, I do sleep a lot, but not anymore. I used to sleep a lot. I wouldn't say I used to, it's just that when I'm bored I end up sleeping. So I don't know, but the amount of sleep I get is actually enough for me. I don't know why. Like, I sleep 5 hours a week. I sleep 5 hours and it's like enough for some reason. So I'm so used to that 5 hours because of placement. Yeah, because of placement. So you need to get enough sleep, because if you don't sleep good, if you don't sleep well, it's gonna affect your whole performance. It's gonna affect how you feel. You start becoming grumpy about people around you. You know, it will start affecting everything around. It could start affecting your relationship with your friends, with family, with your parents, siblings. So it's good to have enough sleep, which is why I said our body, you need to like be attentive. You need to pay attention to what your body says to you. Your body gives you signs. It tells you when to take a break. It tells you when you need to when you need to step back. It tells you when you need to sleep. Your body tells you all of that. So it's now up to you that if you want to listen and keep going until you have a mental breakdown, which you don't want, or you feel burned out, which I don't think you want. So you need to get enough sleep so you can have improved performance and good, you know, outcome towards the goal or targets you've set for yourself. And the last point is learn from your mistake. Learn from your mistake. This was something that it took me a while to figure out, but I'm benefiting a lot from it. So, you know, instead of obsessing over the past, of like, you know, over the things that you've done in the past, like the big mistake, you feel like, yeah, instead of obsessing over it, beating yourself up about it, you know, always thinking about and beating yourself up, thinking about it, and like, you know, it'll be setting you back, it'll be pulling you back in a way. It's like, because you're not letting go. Instead of let's go and learn from it and feel like, okay, the next step, maybe I should not take right foot, maybe I should take my left foot next. But you want to like keep dragging that heavy load with you, so obsessing over it will do you no good. It will give you unneeded stress again. Instead, when you start thinking about what happened that made you, you know, when the thought of that mistake comes and you want to start beating yourself about it, maybe counter it by thinking, okay, what happened, what did I do wrong, what can I do to fix the problem? Is there anything else I could try? If you have to talk to someone, talk to someone. If you have to ask for advice, ask for advice. Sometimes maybe you watch YouTube videos. Don't beat yourself up about a mistake you've made in the past. Don't obsess over it. Do not become attached to that mistake. Instead, let go, learn from it, and move on. And you need to know that this is a sign, and it shows that you're learning to grow, you're learning to improve yourself, and you're choosing to grow from your past mistakes. And the last thing I want to share with you guys is the fact that to have a good mental health as well, you know, a healthy habit that you can add to your to-do list is surround yourself with positive people. Surround yourself with people that, you know, a good support system, because there's some people that when they are in your circle, they're just toxic. You know, sometimes you don't really say negative words to yourself, you don't think negative stuff to yourself, but whenever you should notice, whenever you're around some people, it's like things just get worse. You know, the way they talk to you, how they talk to you, how they see you, how they view you, sometimes can affect you yourself. So you need to actually be mindful of the kind of people you surround yourself with, because people can get influenced. We can all get influenced by someone, something that happened, what we watch, what we see, you know, what we hear. So you need to be mindful about who you have around you. All right, so that's the end of this video. If you love the video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can get notified anytime I upload a new video. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.